말투 주
Hello again, everybody. Harry Carey from Wrigley Field on a beautiful day for baseball.
All right, welcome to the Baseball Show. Today is Friday, June 28th. Hope you have yourself a good start to your friendly Friday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you're using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by the Raymond Report. Come and check out the Raymond Report sports betting fundamentals each and every day, while we use the value, percentage play, performance cycles, player availability, and we always see if we have money management system in our favor. And you can get the Raymond Report today for free at atsstats.com. And the way you get it for free is you go to the website and then look for the tab MLB, click on MLB, and then go to the pull down menu and go get the game of your choice. And we got 15 games to handicap today, and every one of these games is right here to handicap. And you get all the stats and trends at the bottom of the page. And we're going to go through some system trends as well today here on the show. All right, good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, wherever you're located on the World Wide Web. My name is Ron Raymond, a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Nice sunny day today in the nation's capital. A little cool though. It's like 15, 16 degrees, but going to heat up, and hopefully it's going to heat up for you guys today when you're making your selections and making sure you got some winners. At the end of the day, this show is about two things, and the number one thing we always have here.
Can we have fun? You're damn right. I demand that we have fun.
And the second thing?
I want winners.
Yeah, so those are two things that are guaranteed on this show. Fun, well, I don't know if I can guarantee you winners, but I can guarantee a good effort. That's what I can guarantee you. So Timothy Hakes in the bullpen. Good morning, Ron. Good morning, bullpen, and good morning, Timothy. And again, roll call. So if you're sitting out there and you like to say good morning, good afternoon, or good evening wherever you're located, we'd love to hear from you. And today is the poll question of the day, and I'm doing a little experiment right now. And you know what? And this is where I love involving the audience in these research and development R&D. Right? Let's take a little poll here. What would you say if we put 100 gamblers in a room? And let's say they're anybody. It could be like Joe Blow, or somebody who's just a recreational gambler, somebody who's sharp. Out of 100 people, and let's say they all put $100. What's the percentage of those people really cashing out, right? If you put 100 gamblers or recreational players, then we'll use like the weekend warrior, right? Let's say the weekend warrior. We put 100 weekend warriors into the in a room, and we all give them $100. What are the odds of those 100 gamblers that they bring their balance to zero? 50%, 60%, 70%, 80%, 90%, 100%. I think if you put 100 weekend warriors in a room, I think that 80% of them will be broke within 2 weeks. They'll bring their balance to zero. Is that a good percentage play? Do you think 80%? What do you guys think? 90 says Timothy Hake. And follow me where I'm going with this. And I'd love to get more people, intake on this. So if you put 100 weekend warriors in a room, you give $100. What are the odds after 2 weeks that they still got money in that account, right? I think they bring it to zero within 10 days. And I say 80% of those bettors, right? So let's say, just for, shirts and giggles, that if 80% of sports bettor are going to lose their money, well, then what's, when you're betting on sports and 80% of the people lose, right? There's a reason why Vegas exists, and they're doing well, and offshore are still there. We're going in 30 some years, and offshore and the Vegas guys, well, Vegas has been there for a while, but they're still there, right? They're still making money because people lose. So when you're making your bets, and you know that 80% of the people are going to lose their money anyways out of a $100 balance, you got to do some research and development, right? So what I'm doing right now is I'm taking a couple $100, and what I'm doing is I'm playing parlays, right? And I'm just going really low. It's a $2. If 80% of people are going to lose their money anyways, right? what's the if you're betting like 10 to win 10, what's the fun in that? Yeah, and I'm not trying to be an a-hole or anything like that, because at the end of the day you're trying to make money, you're trying to increase your bankroll, you're trying to stay alive in the game, right? It's always more fun when you have stake in the game and chips in the pot. But so what I'm doing is I'm betting $2 on parlays. And I'm doing this through an experience. So I've started this last week, and of the first 3 parlays, I hit one of them. It was an 18 parlay. It was supposed to be 9, but the Boston Blue Jay game got rained out. So you know what? I'll take it with that's awesome, right? Anytime you do these types of things and you can hit a big one right off the bat, then it increases your bankroll and your own, right? So the parlay I did the other night, and I'll go to my history. All right, let me go here. So the parlay that I hit, it was and again, I'm only experimenting. And the reason I'm only putting $2 is because I got a system that I'm using, and I want to see how it's going to, it's starting off right. But so the original parlay was $2, and it was supposed to pay $2.76 on a $2 parlay. It paid $1.67. What a difference! The one game that gets rained out knocks it off the payout by almost $100, right? 100 and almost like a $90-some. Anyways, so the parlay that I hit one was the Angels over the Athletics. I had the Guardians, Baltimore under the total. That was a 4-2. Boston, that game got rain delayed against the Jays. I had Pittsburgh plus 1.5 against Cincinnati. I had the over in San Diego. You remember that game the other day where it was 4-0 into the 8th, and then Slam Diego hit the grand slam and it brought it over. And you know what? And this is my experience in parlays. Anytime you've hit a parlay, you needed Lady Luck on your side, and that to me was Lady Luck helping me win that parlay, right? Anytime you go look and you hit a big parlay, there's always this crazy outcome that happened in the game that helped you win. And always remember that. You can't have this mindset of just the favorites you're gonna need luck when you hit these things, right? Washington, San Diego had over. I had Houston on the money line. I had the Mets against the Yankees on the run line. I had the Dodgers money line and had the Twinkies over Arizona on the money line. So overall, a $2 bet paid $1.67. And again, I'm just experimenting with something. And keep in mind what I started off the show. What did I say? If you put 100 weekend warriors into the bullpen or into a room, 80% of them are going to lose their money. So if you're going to lose your money anyways, why not experiment with these type of little you're buying lottery tickets, right? The Powerball, you're spending what, $5 or $10 on a Powerball hoping to hit it. It's the same type of mindset that you got with parlays. Now, you talk to any professional gambler and they'll always tell you, it's almost like there's a script out there. As soon as you talk to a handicapper or a professional player, the first thing they'll say, parlay's a sucker's bet. Teaser is a sucker's bet. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I get it. But at the end of the day, so are lottery tickets, right? But anyway, something that I'm toying with, and what I'll do is I'll post these picks on our website at atsstats.com. Go to our website, and what I'll do, I'll start a little page on Ron's experiment, right? And when you're doing these parlays, and this is the poll question of the day: how many teams do you put in your baseball parlay? You do a 3-teamer, a 4-teamer, a 5-teamer, or 6-teamer or more. And I would love to hear your strategy on that. And again, you know what? Parlay is not for everybody. Some people are more how can I say this? They're more dedicated to their system, and they see like parlay is just a waste of time, a waste of money. But again, go back to the original question, right? You put 100 people in the room, you give them $100. What's the chances of those people still holding $100 after 2 weeks, right? If they go to zero, if you have that mindset, you're probably going to lose your money anyways. So if you're in sports betting, what's sports betting? Sports betting is about risk taking. Buying stocks is about risk taking. Buying crypto is about sports, risk taking, right? Speculative and all that. But if you have a system, believe in your system, and always remember, you're going to need Lady Luck to always hit your bets. And if you don't, if you don't swing, you don't hit, right? And if you don't take a shot, you'll never be successful in that respect. All right. Anyways, just wanted to start off that show and see what you guys thought about that. And do you guys play parlays? Do you guys, what's your system in parlays? Do you guys have a specific system that you use? And again, if I do parlays, I like to throw in some underdogs in there, because at the end of the day, you want it to pay off, right? And hopefully that Because you want to make money. All right. Anyway, enough of that. Hopefully you guys, hopefully I show you the money.
Show me the money!
And let's go ring the bell, opening bell. And you know what? Last night in the Canadian Football League, on Thursdays I do the CFL football show. And we had the Edmonton Elks last night, +6. And if you followed the CFL football show, that is now 10 out of 13 games in the CFL that there's games that are won in the last 3 minutes of a game. That was just crazy last night. Another crazy game in the Canadian Football League. All right, good call on the Eskimos, or they used to be called the Eskimos. I still call them the Eskimo. I'm old school. Ron, thanks. Who's Mizzou? And so the bullpen is I don't play any more than two teams in a parlay, says Timothy Hake. It's the network. Show me the pearls. Show me the money, and we're gonna show my good friend show me the money.
Show me the money!
Good morning, everyone. My uncle, grandkids, and I are grabbing today's Elks and under. Good call last night. Awesome. Hey, good. Don't spend it all in one spot, eh? All right, let's go to the opening bell, and let's see how baseball did yesterday. Since this is a baseball show, let's go ring the bell. All right, let's go see the SBI, the Sports Betting Index. And what we do in this segment is we take a look at the markets in baseball and looking at Major League Baseball right now, the last 7 days. 57.1% of the favorites cashed in. It was a dog day afternoon yesterday. 67% of the dogs cashed tickets, 6-3. 6-3 on the run line, 6-3 to the over. On the 7-day average, 52.6% of the games have gone over, 51.3 on the run line. So you know what? If you're betting baseball on the run line, it's pretty much even Steven the last 7 days. All right, I'm a pick six. I'm a 6 pick or better type of parlay bet better, says Who's Mizzou. Yeah, awesome. That is awesome. And hopefully you're connecting on those 6-teamers. Hey, all right. Before we get into the matchup, let's go see who's who in the zoo, who's having a good run, who is bullish, bearish, and neutral. And if you are new to the Ram Report, you're going to hear me say this a lot today. Teams that are bearish, those are teams that are 0-7, 1-6, 2-5. And as Joe Namath would say, those are teams that are
struggling.
Yeah, and teams that are bullish, those are teams that are 7-0, 6-1, 5-2. Hey, those teams are having a pretty good ride.
Yeah, baby.
And teams that are neutral, those are teams that are 4 and let me see here, 3-4, 4-3 in their last 7 games, and we do like that.
You like that? You like that?
I do like that. All right, A-type teams. Hey, we got to talk about the ABCs.
These are the ABCs of me, baby.
A-type teams are teams with a 60 or higher win percentage. B-type teams are 50 to 59.9. And C-type teams, those are teams with a losing records. And just like an old high school sweetheart, they're going to break your hearts more often than not. And those are teams below 500. All right, let's take a look at the who's hot, who's not right now in Major League Baseball. And I'm only going to go with the hot and colds. I'm not going to go with the neutrals. Atlanta's pretty hot, 9-5. Boston, hey, don't look now. The Red Sox are 10-4. Who else is hot right now in Major League Baseball? Colorado 4-10. Yeah, so Colorado is
struggling.
They're struggling just a bit. And Houston 10-4. Houston, we have no problem right now. Also, the LA Dodgers are 9-5, and the Halos, hey, the Halos are 9-5. So 2 LA teams are doing pretty well right now. Milwaukee's 9-5, Minnesota 10-4. Hey, here's the Mets 11-3. Yankees, ooh boy,
struggling.
Yeah, 4-10. Yeah, Yankees are 4-10, and you know what? I'm kicking myself now for taking the Yankees yesterday because I forgot about the Baltimore Orioles series. I know they had that 2-game series against the Mets, but you remember that Baltimore series where they won game 1 and then Baltimore won the other 2, and there was like a 17-4 game in there. Man, the Yankees bullpen is struggling. Yeah, big time. Oakland 3-11. Pittsburgh, yeah. Sometimes you know what. Now here's another tip, right? Here's another tip when you're handicapping baseball. Don't just go back to the last series. Go back to the last 2 series to see, because you know what? You can have a team that's on the road, coming off a road, and then coming off a home, or vice versa, right? You can have a team that was on the road, a home, and then back on the road. So go look at the last 2 series of a team to get a real feel of the cycle they're in, right? San Diego 8-6. All right. Let me see here. St. Louis 9-5. And who else is hot right now? And that's about it. So there you have it. That is your diamond surfing today, and to see who's hot, who's not in Major League Baseball. All right, we got some more people in the good morning, Sean Glass. Hey, the pitching coach is in the house, so we'll be okay right there in the bullpen, hey, when the coach is in. Awesome. All right, let's get to the games of the day. Let me see here. I'm gonna have to go see. I had the Blue Jays, White Sox, Miami, and Texas yesterday. So yeah, you know what? Miami's a great call, man. That was a nice comeback win for the Marlins yesterday. All right, how'd you guys do yesterday? Did you guys win your bets? Did you guys, one guy was upset. I go look at my CFL report and they're saying, hey, where's baseball? What? WTF? Yeah, Thursdays are the CFL football show. I got to dedicate one day to the Canadian Football League. That's where, that's where I'm born, and that's what my bread and butter's on. All right, let's go to Citizens Bank Park where the Phillies, took it on the chin yesterday a little bit, 7-4 against the Marlins. Can't believe they lost to Trevor Rogers, eh? Holy cow. Where's my Harry Carey?
Holy cow!
All right, let's take a look at this one. You got Cristopher Sanchez, the lefty, going up today against Kyle Tyler, a call up here for the Miami Marlins. Now the Marlins 7-8, the last 15 at Citizens Bank Park, 5-8-2 to the under. And here's I got one here for the pitching coach, Sean Glass. Here's one for you. Anytime the Miami Marlins are on the road against a southpaw, 0-11.
Struggling.
Yeah, struggling against lefties. And you know what? I do have a system or a team trend on the Phillies that is 12-1. Anytime the Phillies are a home team the last 4 years after a conference game, coming off a loss as a favorite, and they scored 4 or more runs in the last game, they are 12-1 straight up in the next game. And I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Phillies today over Miami, but I'm not laying 245 on a straight, so I might have to throw that into my parlay.
You can put it on the board, yes!
All right, let's go to Tropicana Field where the Tampa Bay Rays coming off a 5-2 loss 2 days ago against George Kirby and the Seattle Mariners. Now the Nationals, those scrappy Nationals, coming off an 8-5 loss in their last game to the San Diego Padres. Now the Nationals on a 3-game losing streak. Last 3 games I've gone over the total. And Zach Eflin, former Philly, is going today. Not having a really great season right now with the Tampa Bay Rays. 3-5, a 4.20 ERA. And Washington, they're going to send Mitchell Parker. 5-3, a 3.30 ERA. And Washington don't do well at Tropicana. They are 4-11 in the last 15 games.
Struggling.
Yeah, 5-9-1 to the under. And I'm a little torn between this game here. I want to take. I'm going to take Tampa Bay, but I like the under. I'm trying to see which one I like better. Do I like Tampa Bay or do I like the under better? I got some numbers pointing in both directions. I like the fact that Parker has an ERA of 3.30. Zach Eflin has just been inconsistent for me to take. But Tampa Bay's been bullish now for 5 days. And again, when I started the show, I told you teams that are bullish. They're the teams that are 7-0, 6-1, 5-2, and Tampa Bay is crushing left-handed pitchers, says the pitching coach Sean Glass. You know what? I do like I like Tampa Bay. I like the under, and I got 2 trends on each. Let me see here. When Tampa Bay is at home and they're coming off a loss against an American League West Division opponent the last 2 years, 10-4 in the next game. And when the Nationals are in a road team coming off a 6-game road trip the last 3 years, 1-9-2 to the under. So you know what, man, this is a tough one. I'm really torn on which side I want to go here. Do I want to take the side? Or look, but you know what? Anytime I'm like this, let's go back to my the Raymond report, right? I start off the show and I tell you guys the 5 fundamentals of sports betting. Number 1, let's take a look at value. I had minus 153. Bookmakers giving us 156. We're getting value here on the Rays, or fair market value. Sorry, we're getting fair market value, and on Washington, fair market value. Number 2, the percentage play, 61.4% chance of winning compared to 34.1. Edge, check mark, checklist, Tampa Bay. Performance cycles, C bullish and C bearish. And you know what? It's making my decision a little bit easier now. I think Tampa Bay is where you want to lean in this one. Give me the Rays. In fact, Washington only 4-11, and I'm going to go with the Rays over to the Washington Nationals. I hate going against the Nationals because they're a scrappy team and they play hard. But give me Tampa Bay today at Tropicana, minus 156 with Zach Eflin on the hill.
You can put it on the board, yes!
All right, Baltimore at Camden Yards last night, an 11-2 victory over the Texas Rangers. Mad Max Scherzer going to go here today for the Rangers. Mad Max in his last starts went 5 innings and didn't allow a hit or a run, sorry. In fact, let me go get Mad Max's number right now, and let's see how he did in his first start of the season. And I believe it was against Kansas City, wasn't it? Wasn't it against KC? Yeah. So he went 5 innings, 57 pitches, 1 hit, 4 Ks. So Mad Max in fine form. And you know what? He's not a spring chicken anymore, right? Mad Max is how old now? He is, let me see, 40? Is he 40 right now? Born 84, yeah. So Mad Max is 40. All right. Hey, you know what? Only in baseball we can have, hey, unless you're Vince Evans in the NFL, you can play when you're over 40, right? Baltimore minus 128, 8.5 is the total. And looking at the computer pick, does like Baltimore here. 4.65 to Texas 4.3. The over-under 8.98. 56% chance of winning compared to 43. Texas on a 4-game losing streak.
Struggling.
Yeah, they're struggling a bit, Joe. And the last 2 have gone over for the Rangers. They are 4-6 in the last 10. Same thing for Baltimore. Baltimore not playing really great baseball right now. I know Rushman got hit in the hand last night, so he'll be a game time decision. The catcher for the Baltimore Orioles. But you got Albert Suarez going here today for the Orioles. He's 3-2, a 2.70 ERA. And I got a system or a team trend on the under in Texas. In fact, let me go get that right now. Let me go to my Texas game. Let's go to Texas against Baltimore. And Greek man likes Texas. I'll play first 5 again today. Texas at 4 losses. And I think the under is the play, Ron, here on Who's Mizzou. For the, yeah, you know what? I'm leaning towards it. Are you talking about Texas, Baltimore, their network? I'm thinking the same thing. And look at Texas. Anytime the Rangers are away team coming off a loss against a right-handed pitcher this season, they are 11-5-1 in the next game. And you know what? If Mad Max can give us 5 good innings like he did against Kansas City, I'll be putting that on the board.
You can put it on the board, yes!
All right, let's go to the old Sky Dome, the Rogers Center, where the New York Yankees, man, and this is what we talked about earlier in the show, right? If you go back to the Baltimore series, Baltimore is, or the Yankees are
Struggling.
big time. They took it on the chin last night. 9-2 was the final. Make the final, as Vic Rauter would say. 9-2 for the Toronto Blue Jays. The Blue Jays are going to send Yusei Kikuchi. I'll say Kikuchi. He's going today for the Toronto Blue Jays. Kikuchi is 4-7, a 4.0 ERA. And for Marcus Stroman, former Toronto Blue Jay too, a long time ago, he's 7-3, a 3.15 ERA. Now the value index does favor the Yankees at minus 109 from the bookmakers. I had minus 153 as my price tag, plus 136 for the Blue Jays. So when you look at value, yeah, you're getting value with the Yankees, where you're getting a Yankee team who's coming in a little bit banged up right now, right? Coming in limping, while the Toronto Blue Jays, they're limping as well. You got 2 teams that are really struggling right now, eh?
Struggling.
Yeah, big time. 3-7, the Blue Jays last 10. I don't think you touched the side. I'm kicking myself for taking the Yankees yesterday because I shouldn't have. Anyways, coulda, woulda, shoulda. The New York Yankees have given up 8.7 runs against the last 7 games. You can't win baseball games or World Series giving up 8.71 runs per game in the last 7 games, right? So what do? Looking at the value index, obviously the value is on the Yankees. Percentage play, pretty much a coin flip. 50% for the Yankees, 46.5 for the Blue Jays. The cycles, both teams are in a very bear cycle. So if you got 2 teams in a bear cycle, don't touch the side, right? Because if you're taking the Yankees or the Blue Jays, that is the definition of gambling right there. When you got 2 teams who are going through bad cycles, and you really want to play that game, you got to look at the total. And when I'm looking at this total right now, total's at 8.5, right? So let's go get the big guns. Let's go get the big tip sheet. And let me bring up the rain report. Hey, you can get the rain report each and every day. And like the sign says right there, $4.99 for the week, guys. If you want to get a membership at ATS Stats. College football is coming out. I'm starting to do my college football previews right now. So if you go on the front page of ATS, I'm breaking down the conferences right now by offense. All right, looking at this right here. Anytime the Blue Jays are at home against an A-type team, 8-10 to the under, 10-8 straight up. Anytime the Yankees are on the road and they're facing a C-type team, a team below 500, 9-6, 6-8-1. They are 28-17 on the road. The Blue Jays playing 500 on the road at 19-19. And let's take a look at some of the other numbers. The New York Yankees. Now, be careful if you're taking the Yankees because they on the road against division opponents. So the Tampa Bays, the Baltimores, the Bostons. They are 5-9 on the road this year, 7-6-1 when it comes to the over/under. As a road favorite, 29-1 to the over. And in the month of June, 9-3 to the over. So you see where I'm leaning towards right now. And the Blue Jays at home against division foes, 9-4-1 to the over. So, having said all that, I'm going to play over the total today between the New York Yankees and the Toronto Blue Jays. And you can put that on the board.
You can put it on the board, yeah!
Look at the New York Yankees last 10 against left-handed pitchers. All right, I can do that. You like that? I do like that. Let me see this here. All right, so the pitching coach wants me to look at something here. So I got to go look at now. And probably going to change my mind. Hey, it's probably going to be an under now that I've already laid my card on the over. All right, so you're telling me to look at the Yankees against the lefties. All right, I can do that. Where's my, I think it's down here. Yep, all right, here we go. New York Yankees, this is what you get at ATS Stats, right? You ask for something, and if we can deliver, we'll deliver. Did you say on the road? Look at against, okay, we'll just do any team. Versus lefties, last 10. 7-3 to the over. There we go. All right, there. I like that. You like that? I do like that.
You like that? You like that?
I do like that, Kirk. All right, let's go. Hey, thank you, pitching coach, for that. Hey, that's like putting the old cherry on the sundae for me. All right, Colorado taking on the Chicago White Sox. Now the White Sox off a 1-0 hard-fought win against Atlanta. You know what? You beat Chris Sells and the Braves 1-0. Yeah, tip my hat to you. That's a good win right there. All right, the Rockies, a 7-1 loss to the Houston Astros. Astros playing some good baseball right now. What, 10-4 last 14? Ooh, boy. Hey, I can't wait to handicap that game. All right, so back to this one at Guaranteed Rate Field. I got 4.42 for Chicago, 4.4 for the Rockies. So a slight edge on the computer pick to the White Sox. 8.82 is the total. And looking at today's starting pitcher, you got Dakota Hudson going up against Drew Thorpe. Now, both these teams have high ERAs of the pitchers. Dakota Hudson, 2-10 at 5.63 ERA. Drew Thorpe, 1-1, a 5.02 ERA. So when you look at these two teams, these two pitchers, and they both have ERAs over 5, what's your first, if you're a recreational bettor or even a pro, what's your first instinct, right? You see those high ERAs, you say, oh, this is going to be a high-scoring game, right? That's what the bookmakers want you to believe. When the Colorado Rockies go to Chicago, and believe it or not, they've only been to a Guaranteed Rate real field 5 times lifetime. The under is 0-4-1 to the under. So for some reason, when Colorado travels to Chicago White Sox field, Guaranteed Rate field, they're only 0-4-1 to the under. And I do have a system or a team trend. I got a team trend on the under on this team right here. So let me go to the Raymond report. Let me go to, let's go to Guaranteed Rate field where the Rockies are going to face the Chicago White Sox. Hey, did you know? Yeah. All right. I was gonna put in another soundbite there, but I don't want to do overkill soundbite on a Friday. Hey, I want to send you guys on home on a good note. When the Chicago White Sox are a home team versus non-conference opponent like the Rockies before a non-division game, coming off a win over a National League East opponent like Atlanta, and it was a home win, 3-13-1 to the under. I'm going to go under the total. I'm going to go be a contrarian on this one. I got a feeling a lot of people are going to take the over. Give me the under tonight at Guaranteed Rate Field, and you can put it on the board. Come on, Hawk.
You can put it on the board, yeah!
All right, Houston Astros taking on the New York Mets. Two teams that are really hot right now. In fact, both teams are 8-2 in their last 10. Houston Astros going to send Ronel Blanco to the hill today against Jose Quintana. And Jose Quintana won his last 2 starts, looking pretty good. The lefty is for the Metropolitans. And looking at the numbers for the New York Mets, gotta flip my page here. There we go. And Ronel Blanco, 8-2 in his 8-2 in the season, a 2.34 ERA. Jose Quintana, the lefty, 3-5, 4.58 ERA. Even though he has a high ERA, he's been pitching good at late, but he had like 102, 103 pitches last game. So you know what? Houston's playing really good right now. They're buck minus 107 favorite, right? So basically, it's a pick'em game. You know, the Mets had a really good series against the Yankees. Do we have a little bit of a letdown factor coming on here tonight at old Shea Stadium, or Citi Field? Hey, got to throw in the old school names sometimes. But looking at this matchup here, I'm going to go with the hotter team right now. I'm going to go with the Houston Astros. I love the fact we're getting a really good pitcher at basically a pick and price. And I got a baseball system that'll knock your socks off, right? If you're wearing socks. Let me see here. Let's go to Houston. Houston, do we have a problem? No, not tonight. Hopefully we don't. And leaning on the Rockies, says who's Mizzou? Texas, O's, and Rays, and Nats, says the network. All right, let's take a look at the system. And here's the system. It's on the Houston Astros. Anytime you got a Major League Baseball road favorite like Houston against a non-conference opponent, and they're coming off a National League East opponent, they're playing on a Friday night, and they allowed 1 run against last game, that road favorite is 13-3 straight up, and I'm going to take Houston with Blanco at -107, and you can put it on the board.
You can put it on the board, yes!
All right, let's go to Fenway, where the Boston Red Sox are going to take on the San Diego Padres, and you know what? Excuse me. Can you believe that San Diego's only... It reminds me of, the way I said that, it reminded me of an old Cheers episode. I don't care what you say, Alex, but he's never been in my kitchen. Remember Cliff Clavin? I forget who he's talking about. He's never been in his kitchen. Anyways, the way I said that line, it sounded like that. Hey, I don't care, but he's never been in my kitchen, Normie.
It's a dog-eat-dog world, Sammy, and I'm wearing milk-bone underwear.
All right. I had to get a little Cheers reference in there. Hey, never been in my kitchen, Cliff Clavin. All right, -144 is the line. 9.5 is the total. And looking at that last game the Toronto won last night. So Boston, their last game was a rain postponed game against the Blue Jays. So they've been off here a couple days. San Diego, again, only been 5 visits to actually 9 visits. They've 9 times. You believe that? San Diego's only been to Fenway 9 times in their history. 3-6 straight up, 2-5-2, and they've never been in my kitchen. Did you know that? Hey, don't beat that dead horse too much, Ron. All right, San Diego's on a 3-game win streak. The last 7 has gone over the total. Last 3 has gone over for Boston. -144 is the line for the Red Sox, and 9.5 is the total. I'm going to go over the total here today, and you know what? You got Nick Pivetta, 4-4, 4.06 ERA, and you got a bullish team in the San Diego Padres, who's playing really good right now. 7-3 last 10, 8-2 to the over. And you know what, Fenway, hey, it could be 3-1 in the 7th, and it's fin up 14-10 or something. Look at this. I got a nice 21-3 over/under team trend on the San Diego Padres. Watch this. Hey, hold your socks. Let me get this right here. All right, San Diego, here's the system, the team trend. Anytime the Padres are a road team versus a right-handed pitcher, it's the first game of a series. They're coming off a home win, and they're coming off a 7-game homestand. That's a really good team trend right there. The San Diego Padres, the over is 21-3-0. So out of 24 games, 21 of them have gone over. Where else are you going to get these type of trends, right? Right here at ATSstats.com. All right, give me the over tonight between the Padres and the Boston Red Sox. And let's put that in the kitchen.
You can put it on the board, yes!
All right, no remarks on the kitchen stuff? No Cheers fans out there? All millennials watching or what? Hey, where's my old school guys? Hey, come on. I need my old school guys backing me up here on Cheers references, eh? All right, Atlanta Braves taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates, unless you're all taking notes or something. -173 is the line, 9 is the total, and looking at the computer pick, all over Atlanta here. You know what? The Pittsburgh would rather not go to Atlanta. They're 2-13 in their last 15 visits to SunTrust Park. And looking at tonight's starting pitchers, you got Martin Perez, the lefty, going up against Charlie Morton, the old veteran, who's 4-4, 4.20 ERA. And did you know Atlanta is 8-2 against left-handed pitchers at home this season? Give me the Atlanta Braves tonight over the Pittsburgh Pirates, and you can put it on the board.
You can put it on the board, yes!
All right, let's go to Miller Park. Okay, we're going to Miller Park.
Dilly, dilly.
Dilly, dilly.
-132 is the line against the Cubbies. 8.5 is the total. And Colin Rea is going to go here for Milwaukee. He'll be up against the veteran Jameson Taillon of the Chicago Cubs. And Taillon on the season, 4-3 on the year, 2.90 ERA. Colin Rea, 6-2, 3.62. So you got 2 good pitchers having a pretty good season right now. 2 low ERAs. You got a bearish team in the Cubs against a neutral team in Milwaukee. Division game. And you know what? Let's go take a look. Let's go take a little peek on how the both these teams do on the road and at home against division opponents. All right, first game of series, board going under, says the network. All right, let's go on. Where's that Milwaukee game? There we go. All right, so if you look at the Chicago Cubs on the road against division foes, 4-9, 8-5-0, playing on a Friday night, 2-2. When the total's 8.5, they're 1-6. Yeah, not good. Not good. 11-24 night games, 1-6, coming off a road win as a dog. Yep. You know where I'm going with this, right? I'm looking at Milwaukee. They're 10-4 against division foes, 4-1 on Friday night. Hey, let's get the taps going tonight at Miller Park. Hey, get the home crowd all liquored up and fired up. Home favorite, 19-6, and 6-0 coming off an over. Give me the Milwaukee Brewers tonight, and I do have a 9-3 trend on the Brew Crew. And let's see if we can put this on the board. Hey, let's put this one on the board here. Chicago, 5-10 last 15 trips to Miller Park. Anytime the Brewers are home team in the month of June this season, 9-2 straight up. Give me the Milwaukee Brewers tonight over the Chicago Cubs.
You can put it on the board, yes!
All right, let's go to Kauffman Stadium, where the Cleveland Guardians coming off a 2-1 loss last night to the Royals. 9.5 is the total today. Guardians a -110 favorite. You got Tristan McKenzie, the righty, going up against Alex Marsh. Alex Marsh is 5-5, 4.40 ERA, where McKenzie is 3-4, 4.66 ERA. Cleveland 7-8 at Kauffman Stadium last 15. You know what? Cleveland playing some really good baseball. They're 7-3. Kansas City playing neutral ball right now. Last 6 games I've gone under. And, the Kansas City started the year really well. And then they went through a little bit of a hiccup. Now they won last night. Do we trust them enough to go back to the well here today? I'm going to go Kansas City, but I'm going to take the Geico Insurance. Give me Kansas City plus 1.5 run, and you can put it on the board.
You can put it on the board, yes!
All right, let's go to Busch Stadium, where Cincinnati is going to take on the St. Louis Cardinals. And the Reds are going to send Frankie Montas to the hill against Andre Palante. Palante 3-3, a 5.23 ERA, where Frankie Montas is 3-5, a 4.48 ERA. The Reds 7-8 last 15 trips to Busch Stadium, 9-6-0 to the over. And I do have a system that is on the under here, but I got some really good numbers here for the under. I'm going to show you guys that in just 1 second. Looking at the computer pick, it does like St. Louis, 4.75, 4.41. And you know what? If Frankie's on his A game tonight, it could go under the total. And let me show you guys the two system. I got a trend and a system trend to the under in this game here tonight. All right, let's go to Cincinnati, St. Louis. St. Louis, I'm going to take a little sip of OJ right now. All right, clear my throat. All right, here we go. What do we got here? The under for Cincinnati, anytime they're a road team, coming off a game where they allowed 4 runs against last 6 years. Last 6 years. 40, 18, and 4 to the under. So that's 18 overs, 40 unders, 4 pushes for Cincinnati as a road team, coming off a game where they allowed exactly 4 runs against. Here's the system trend. Anytime you got a home favorite like St. Louis the last 3 years after a conference game, totals between 8.5 to 9. They're coming off 2 overs. There's my law of average theory. Coming off a 2-game losing streak, 2, 14, and 1 to the under. Give me the under tonight between Cincinnati and the St. Louis Cardinals.
You can put it on the board, yes!
All right, let's go to LA, and I'm going to write that down right now. Under. Let's go to LA, where the Los Angeles Angels coming off a 5-0 win over Jack Flaherty and the Tigers yesterday. And today they're going to send Zach Plesac, son of Dan Plesac, taking on Kenta Maeda of the Detroit Tigers. Maeda 2-4 in the year, 6.0 ERA, while Plesac's 1-1, 8.60 ERA. Detroit 7-8, last 15 trips in Halo Land, 9-6 to the over. And when I look at this game, you got a neutral team in Detroit that's 9 days against a bullish team in the Halos. But you know what? LA is on a 4-game win streak right now. Let's see. Let me take a look at Detroit here. Before I give you my decision here, I'm going to use I was able to do some of the legwork this morning, but I wasn't able to handicap the last 4 or 5 games. So I might go a little bit in detail here in the last 4 or 5 games because I didn't get a chance to cross the T's and dot the I's here on these ones. All right, let me see here. -132, we're getting 113. All right, so an undervalued team. C neutral, 13-8 against C-type team, 7-5 at home. Detroit, 18-22. The thing I like about Detroit, they're not a Jekyll and Hyde team. What you see is what you get. You know, some teams, they'll have a great record at home, but they hide on the road. Halos are 16-25, 18-21. This is what I mean, right? You should win. You know, if you look at C-type teams, you would think, you know, teams below 500, they would have a better home record than the away record, but it's not the case right here. And you know what? Let me see here. Detroit 2-6 when the total is 6.5. As a road favorite, there's 60%, 6-4. All right, and 5-9 on the road last 30 days. I don't like that. I don't like that. You like that? No, I don't like that.
You like that?
No, I don't like that. All right, LA 9-6 at home. You know what? This might be a totals play for me. Like, nothing's tickling me here on the side. 2-7 coming off a home win as a dog. Yeah, you know what? And you know, when in doubt, get out. Right? That's the old rule of thumb. When you don't feel it, don't force it. Hey, there's a T-shirt. Hey, if you don't feel it, don't force it. Maybe not. Hey, maybe that's not a good T-shirt saying. Let me see. What is hey, the guy sitting there, you're probably saying, the guy sits there and laughs at his own jokes. Sometimes I'll listen, like when I go walk Rusty, I'll take him to the dog park. I'll do quality control. I'll listen to the show on my, just to see how it sounds. If you know, I'm like, sometimes I kill myself. I was like, I don't remember that. All right, Minnesota, Seattle. Wait, what am I doing? No, Detroit. Come on, Ron. Let's go. All right, under, says Sean Glass. First 7 games of a board, under. All right, yeah, the starting pitchers really don't do it for me here. I know, like, look, the under is 16, 6-1 for the Halos as a home team, coming off a 5-run win the last 10 years. Wow. And the under is 10-3-1 for the Tigers. I know everything says over. I'm going with my gut feeling. I'm going contrarian. I'm going to go under. There's something that just pulling me, and I agree with you, Sean. I'm going to go under the total. Okay, maybe it's my subconscious that saw your pick, and I said, you know what? I'm going to ride the pitching coach here. Put it on the board.
You can put it on the board. Yes.
All right, let's go to T-Mobile Park, where the Minnesota Twins are going to take on the Seattle Mariners. Mariners minus 124. Over-under is 7. ATS forecast. System play, going to go with Seattle in this one. 4.07 to 3.08. Over-under 7.15. So we do anticipate, you know what, really a low-scoring game. But even though total has it going over, 57.5% chance of winning compared to 32.2 for the Minnesota Twins. Twins are going to send Bailey Ober. Now, Bailey Ober this year, 7-4, had a slow start to begin the year, right? When you look at Bailey Ober's first, like, say, 5 to 7 starts, let me go get his numbers. All right, let's go to the beginning of the year. And he's, yeah. I remember his first 4 starts. I had him in fantasy. That's why I know this. Hey, he got fired on my staff the first 3 games. Yeah, he Kansas City, he lasted 1.1 inning. He went 5 innings against the Dodgers, 6 innings against Detroit. His first win was April 20th against Detroit. But you know what? Pitching a little bit better of late. He's won his last 2 starts, but he's only had 1 string of 3 wins in a row, and that was April 20th to May 1st when he beat Detroit, LA, and the White Sox. That's LA Angels, that is. I'm looking at this one here. Detroit not scoring. Seattle at home this year. The Mariners are 27-12. Minnesota 22-20 on the road against B-type teams. The Minnesota Twins are 6-6, while Seattle's 10-8. You got a bearish team, and you know what? I'm gonna ride. I'm gonna go Minnesota money line, run line. Minnesota plus 1.5 runs. And let's see, what's the price tag on this? Probably going to be like 180 or something like that. Let me take a look here. Baseball, MLB, Minnesota Twins, minus 192. All right, might have to throw it in the parlay. Might have to throw that one in the parlay. Give me Minnesota, and you can put it on the board. Plus 1.5 run. Buy that Geico Insurance.
You can put it on the board. Yes.
And before we leave that game, just to give you the numbers on Logan Gilbert, 5-4, 2.71 ERA. And I do have, I got some trends pointing to Minnesota and the under, and you can see it here at atsstats.com. In fact, let me do it for you. Let me go to that game. So if you like Minnesota, I got a 9-3 trend on the Twinkies. And the trend is this. Anytime Minnesota's a road team coming off a 7-run win last game, the last 5 years, they're 9-3. And if you like the under in that game, the Mariners as a home team coming off a win versus a right-handed pitcher this year, 14-2-2 to the under. And now you know the rest of the story by Paul Harvey.
Now you know the rest of the story.
All right, Arizona taking on the Oakland Athletics. The D-backs a minus 149 price tag. The Oakland Athletics, the total's at 9. You got Slade Ciccone going up against J.P. Sears. And looking at Sears' number on the year, 4-7, 5.04 ERA. Ciccone 2-6, 5.74 ERA. Oakland 7-8 last 15 trips to Arizona. And bearish 3 days against neutral 6. I like Oakland, but I don't like the fact they're bearish. They're 3-7 last 10. And how they do on the road against C-type teams. Let's go to my not super database. Let me go to my other database here. I think it's this one right here. Let's do this. Let's go Oakland. Hey, it's Oakland, so it's not going to be probably a good number, but you never know. Hey, we'll never know. Oakland on the road against C-type teams below 500. Survey says, ooh, not good. Not good. Holy cow, I need a Harry Carey. That's not good.
Holy cow!
1-9. Yeah, thank God I looked at that. All right, Arizona, Slade Ciccone, minus 149. I don't know. Arizona, neutral 6 days. Both these pitchers have an ERA over 5. The over is 9-6-0 for Oakland last 15. What's the Kogo? Kogo's at 43. Yeah, I'm going to go over the total here, guys. I'm going to go over the total tonight in Arizona. And guess what?
You can put it on the board, yes!
All right, San Francisco taking on the LA Dodgers. Now the Dodgers on a 4-game win streak. They're coming off a 4-0 win over the White Sox, while San Francisco lost yesterday to the Cubbies. 5-3 was the final. LA minus 106. 7.5 is the total. And Computer Pick does like the Dodger Blue. 4.1 to 4.12. The over-under 8.27. Chance of winning does favor San Francisco. And but the Dodgers, you know what? They like Oracle Park. They are 12-3. 12-3 at Oracle last 15. 6-7-2 to the over-under. And I got a team trend that is 29-10 on the Dodger Blue. We're getting Landon Knack going here today for the Dodgers up against Logan Webb, who's 6-6, a 3.16 ERA. And let's go take a look at Logan Webb's last few starts here. And you know what? I'm gonna do another search here. I'm gonna beat the pitching coach on this one. Maybe he's already said something. Hang on. Arizona crushes left-handed pitchers. Okay, that's good to know. Let me do this here. Let's go Logan. Go Logan Webb. Not Golden Logan Allen. Let's go Logan Webb. Last 10 against the Dodgers. Let's see if that's worth looking at. 4-6, 5-5. Not bad. That's not bad. All right. That's not a bad record. But 12-3 tells me the Dodgers like this park. They treat it like a home field. Okay. All right. Let me go to my Rain Report Lite. So again, guys, you can get this for free, right? You go to ATS, go to MLB, go to the pull down menu. You get all these games for free. That's what I call the Raymond Report Lite version, right? So you got Miller Lite. Well, this is Raymond Report Lite. And if I'm going to throw a Miller Lite in there.
Dilly.
Anytime the Dodgers are a road team coming off an American Central Division opponent last 10 years, which they did against the Chi Sox, 29-10 for LA. Give me the LA Dodgers tonight against San Francisco. Not crazy about Landon Knack on the mound on the road, but we'll put it on the board anyways.
You can put it on the board, yes!
All right, there you go. Hey, a little diamond surfing today here at the Rain Report. Hopefully you guys watch the CFL report. If you haven't, go to the website or the YouTube channel. We won our first play on week number 4 of the Canadian Football League. We had the Edmonton Elks +6, and they lost 23-20. And like I said in the show, I'm not asking Edmonton to win last night. I just asked them to cover, and they did that. So we got that cash, right, Randy?
Straight cash, homie.
Yeah, we did get that straight cash. All right, you know what time it is? It's time to go to the 80% Club stats, courtesy of...
We talking about practice. Not a game. We talking about practice. Practice, man. I mean, how silly is that?
Yep, not silly at all, because we are talking about the 80% Club stats, courtesy of the Rain Report. And folks, did you know you can get the Rain Report for only $4.99 for 7 days? each and every day right here, atsstats.com. And also, if you want to support the site, really appreciate it if you hit that like button. And if you're new to the Raymond Report and you love these, or love's a strong word, if you like these shows, hey, I don't want to start a love affair here, but if you like these shows, why not? If you love the show, why not? Give it a subscription, hit that bell, and subscribe to our channel. So this way, once we come on the air, you'll get the ding, ding, ding. Hey, you'll get the old ding, ding, ding. Hey, the baseball show's on, and then you come to the channel. All right, when the Boston Red Sox are home and away team versus San Diego, 4-17-3 to the under. Holy cow! Where's my Harry Carey? That's a pretty good stat right there.
Holy cow!
All right, when the Cubbies are an underdog, the spread's between plus 120 to 140, 2-8 to the under. When the lefty Martin Perez, a road team in the month of June, he's 13-3 in his last 16 starts, and that's pretty good too. Holy crap! Look at this one. Oh, I already gave you guys that stat. That was a pretty good trend right here. 21-3 to the over when San Diego's facing a right-handed pitcher. First game of the series, coming off a home win, and they're coming off a 7-game homestand. That's a 21-3.
Holy cow!
To the over. All right, what else do we got here? Philadelphia as a home team last 4 years after a conference game, coming off a home loss as a favorite, and they scored 4 or more runs for last game, 12-1 in their next game. Yeah, that's pretty good. No, Brian Wu's not pitching today. Milwaukee as a 120-140 home favorite, totals 8.5, and the last 2 years, the Brew Crew is 10-1.
Dilly, dilly. Dilly, dilly.
And that's a mic drop off right there. All right, folks, today was the Rain Report for a Friday. Actually, it's not the Rain Report. It is the Rain Report, but it's the baseball show here using the Rain Report at atsstats.com. And again, if you enjoy these shows, hit that like button. And this is what I was telling you guys earlier. If you like college football, come and check out the rankings, the Big Ten, and come and get the information. I'll show you one. I'll give you a little preview in Ohio State this year. Do you know who the starting quarterback will be today for Ohio State this year? If you said the transfer, Will Howard from Kansas State, you are correct, sir. Yes. Yeah, it is Will Howard. And we have that's the type of information you can get here. We give you an overview on all the teams. And again, go to atsstats.com. And I'm doing every conference. I've done the Big 10, Big 12, the ACC, and we'll do them all. All right, folks. Hey, you know what? Hoo-ha, the weekend is here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. Hit that like button. And I'll be in Toronto this week, and I'll be in Brampton. Our football team's going on the road this weekend, so I'll be on the road trying to go get a W for with our team, and hopefully we can, hey, hopefully we can get that win. All right, folks, have yourself a great weekend. I'll be back on a Cash Out Monday. Oh, the poll question of the day before I go. So the poll question of the day was this. How many teams do you put in your baseball parlays? 3-teamers, 33%, 4-teamers, 0%, 5-teamers, 40%. And that's where people, so if you're wondering, what people do in parlays, 40% of the audience here at ATS at the bullpen do 5-team parlays, and 6-teamers or more, 27%. So now you know the rest of the story by Paul Harvey. Hey, come on, Paul.
Now you know the rest of the story.
All right, folks, see you back on a Cash Out Monday. In the meantime, shop for value, play those percentages. I'll see you back on Monday with another edition of the Rain Report. Harry Carey, let's get them all up.
Let me hear you! Go them out! R1, R2, R3. Take me out to the line. Take me out to the
That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. He's done it again.
Just a bit outside.
You can put it on the board. Yes.